All right, this is where we left off on the worksheet assignment number 6. Things have changed a little bit in Finale in the latest release, so I want to start here to show you how to handle those changes. We're on the third question right here. Identify the following intervals. I can cut and paste that using my text tool. Control click or right click, edit text. Or Command A, delete, Command V, paste. There's my text in there. Okay, for this part, what we're actually going to do is we're going to put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 measures with a 7th invisible measure in the middle. It used to be that you could put in this chunk and move them on the same plane, but you can no longer do that. So we need to come up with a creative solution, a little manipulation of Finale, which is one of the objectives of this project, but also something you need in life if you are going to be using Finale. All right, so we need 7 measures. So with my selection tool, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, on the 8th measure, I'm going to hit my down arrow button. It's going to knock that into the next staff system. I only need the treble clef, so I can highlight the bass clef, go to my staff tool, control click or right click, hide empty staves. And after my 4th measure, I'm going to have a 5th measure that's going to be invisible. So I'm going to click this measure, and I'm going to control click or right click for staff styles, and I'm going to select hide staff and collapse. And as you can see, there's this gray bar here. That's our staff style for that particular staff style. And so it is hidden. All right, we'll come back to that in a second. Let's go ahead and put in these intervals. We need to put in intervals. Some are melodic intervals, some are harmonic intervals. So we need our time signature to be 2-1. So we are going to go number of beats, 2, beat duration, 1. I'm going to make that for 4 through 8. All right, then I can put in my intervals. I've got an E to a B. I did Command 5 to put my 5th in. Here I've got a D to E flat. Minus sign for my flat. Here I have to switch clef to bass clef. I'm going to do that again. I want it measure 6 through 7. I didn't do it right. You know what? I'm just going to do it till the next clef change. All right, and my notes are B to D. And then I have a G sharp. Need to go down an octave, shift down arrow, plus sign to sharp it, command 6 to give me a 6th above it. Now here I'm going to hit my left arrow button. I'm going to go over to my rest, and I'm going to hide my rest. And I'm going to hide this rest as well. So those notes are in. I'm going to go back here and put in my treble clef. And I'm going to place the clef after the bar line, show the clef always. I want it to be at 100%. There it is. Okay, now for all the manipulation we need to do. We got to come back here and place the clef after the bar line. There we go. So we have some alignment issues that we need to play with. The first thing we need to do, slide this over right there. First thing we need to do is get into our measure tool and shorten our measures up. That'll take care of that one and that one. I'm going to slide this one over. And we're going to slide this one over to about there. That's looking a little bit better. Now I'm going to go to my special tools. And I'm going to go to my note position tool. I'm going to click in this measure. And I'm going to highlight my note handle and slide it over. That will allow me to position my note heads right where I want them. I can do that for all of these. And I can make measure adjustments as I go. I'm going to do this one real quick. Over to the right. Okay, now, while I'm in the measure tool, I'm going to click and hold and drag this measure over there to be more representative of what we want for the next two measures. We also need to get double bar line measured lines, bar lines. I'm going to double click that to replace those. Now I need an A flat and an F. And I'm going to need to move that note head. In my way. That looks about right. Text boxes, here we go. Control, double click, paste. So need a label here, P4. Control A that, text, font, will it let me? No, it won't. I'm just gonna leave it for now. M3. Now I'm going to control click, edit text, command A, go to my font, still doesn't like it. So I'm gonna change it to Apple Myungjo. And then I'm gonna change it back to Arial Regular. One of those fun inconsistencies in Finale. Edit text, Control A, text, font. It'll let me do this one, Arial. And I can find position those wherever I want them. Looks like I need to shorten these up just a bit. Forgot my colon on this last text box. There we go. That spacing's a little bit smaller than my original. I might have a margin problem there. Perhaps I can move it with my measure tool here. Looks a little bit better. Text is still off. I'll have to change my font size. Edit text, Command A, text size. Let's see, dropping it to 9. That looks a lot better. Okay. Could probably even do 8 though. There we go. That looks a lot better. More like the original. Okay, I'm going to go on to the next question. The next question is identify the quality of the triads. I skipped over these lines. That wasn't good, was it? Well, it'll let me copy it as text, but when you go to put them in, it might not line up exactly. As you can see, case in point. But you can put spaces in and do your best to recreate that spacing like the original. Okay. All right. Identify the quality of the following triads. I'm having issues selecting text lately. Might just do that much. And then hit re-enter and type dim period bracket. Here we go. So this is easy. This is just being 4-4, and you can put in the exact same triads. We only need to have one staff system for 4 measures. I'm going to hit escape, selection tool, down arrow to knock that into the next. I'm going to click, shift, click, staff tool, control click, hide empty staves. I'm going to change my time signature 4-4. Oh, that was not good. Why is it doing that? Wow, I changed it to 1-1 and it still goes squamps on me. Interesting. Another idiosyncrasy of finale. Here we go. Well, let's just put in all of our notes, then we'll go back in and edit. Flat, Command 3, D, Command Sharp, Command 3, switch clefs to bass clef, put in an A, C, and an E flat, Command 3 minus, and a C sharp, and a G sharp. I'm going to run into the same formatting problem. If I go to do that, and then if I go to move this next one up, it won't work. And I'll show you that real quick. It was a headache in making this video. If I try to move these measure groups, I used to be able to do it, and in the new version I cannot. If I try to move these, it won't let me move them on the same plane. So what I have to end up doing is I have to take these two measures, put them up a staff, actually 3 measures, because I'm going to need an empty measure in the middle, like I did on the previous line. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to select the middle measure, and I'm going to go to my staff tool, and I'm going to control click and select the hide staff and collapse. And this is the only way it's letting me manipulate to get two systems on the same plane. Alright, here we need a base clef. I'm going to make it always show. I'm going to make it show at 100%. By default, it's changing the clef size to 75%. Make sure you check the box to place the clef after the bar line. Again, we need a few text boxes here. I'm going to bump that size down to 8. Drag it up a little bit because I have to get in here. B major and A flat minor. See if the font's going to cooperate today or not. Nope. Apple Mionjo. Control edit text. Command A. Still not cooperating. There it goes. Text size 8. There's B major. Okay, now this next one is tricky. It's an A flat minor, and it has the flat symbol. So we're going to go lowercase a. Now we're going to go up to the text menu, and we're going to go to inserts, and then it has flat. Edit text. See if we can get our font to work. Nope. Try it again. Third time's the charm. Put that size down to 8. We've got that in. All right, I think I've gone over everything that you need, with the exception of this clef change. This is a particular clef. So with the clef tool, you're going to double click, and you're going to select the 5th clef as the option there. That's your clef. And here you can put in rests and hide them, like we've done previously. And that these brackets are a smart shape. Right there. So that should be everything you need to do the rest of this assignment. If not, hit me up on the discussion board. And and good luck completing this project.